840, one of our favorites, St. Louis Closet Company's own Jennifer Williams. She is a small business guru. She's won every award there is to win. And since we love having her on the show, we decided to come up with a segment to talk about small businesses and pick her brain and use her as a resource because so many people out there are running small businesses. Good morning, Jennifer Williams.
Good morning, McGraw and Kelly. How are you guys?
Just fine. I'm really great because she's bearing gifts.
I told you she would.
You were so right. This is, I don't know, I got to show this, seriously, because it's humongous and gorgeous. Look what she brought for me.
Yes.
Look at this. Huge basket.
Yes.
Kelly gets something special.
Yes.
You know,
She's the only girl has to put up with all the boys.
All the boys, yes.
The boys' gifts are being delivered here in a few minutes. My delivery boy husband is on his way.
Well, hurry up, Matt. We don't have all day here.
Hopefully he's listening. He's driving fast.
All right, let's get to it. Let's talk a little business, small business. Today, I love the fact that small businesses get so busy, get so swamped. You're big into organization. You have to organize in a small business or you will drive yourself crazy.
Absolutely. And this time of year, especially with all of the personal obligations, the holiday parties, the gifting, the family obligations, and the teachers. The teachers go crazy this time of year. They try to jam every last-minute project in. My entire third floor right now is a science project, a Rube Goldberg project that is being set up in my entire third floor right now. So I feel like small business owners, if you could give them anything, give them time. Time is what we all need. And it doesn't even have to be a small business owner. I think it's just people in general. We need time. And I felt like maybe we could talk about some ways that I've found in my business to really save time.
Because we all have 24 hours in a day, and how you use it is vital because time can be a killer and it can destroy your business if you spend too much time doing something which takes away from doing what you have to do, which is buying and selling and bringing money in.
Absolutely. And I find myself getting so bogged down every day with paper and mail and emails and text and social media that I really sometimes have to pull myself away and look at the big picture because we don't spend much time planning anymore.
Right.
Really sitting down. And I think we talked a couple months ago about when you start a new business, you have to write a business plan. But if you have an existing business, you have to keep planning for the future. And if we get bogged down by all these other things, you just don't have time.
What about paper? What should we do with paper, Jennifer Williams?
Well, paper. In my office, we hate paper. We hate paper. Now, we're very old-fashioned. We're not totally on the computer or electronic, but I feel like so many people don't deal with paper. And you have to have a system. You have to have a system for your incoming mail. You have to have a system for internal memos. And the biggest thing is throw the stuff away. You have to be able to throw stuff away. We have a system at St. Louis Closet Company. When the mail comes in, we deal with it immediately. Mm-hmm. And you basically anymore, you get bills. Mm-hmm. Occasionally you get some checks, which is nice. Sometimes you get a letter that has to be dealt with, some information. And then the fourth thing is junk mail. Junk mail should be directed straight to the trash can the second it comes in the door. I can't tell you how many people save the mail because they're going to go through it later. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And it's crazy. It just piles up and piles up. So when our mail comes in, we have a folder in the office. It's a bills to pay folder. Every bill gets opened, stuffed right into the folder immediately. There's no, oh, let's look at it, let's do it. Because when you're going to pull it out to pay the bill, that's when you're going to look at it. So if you get a bill in the mail, put it in the bills to pay. If you get junk mail, throw it away. Just throw it away. If you get checks, drive them to the bank.
Immediately.
Put them in your bank account. Don't save up the checks. Get them in the bank. And then other things that come in, they usually need to be distributed to certain people to deal with them. So you should really come up with a system where you touch the paper one time. You shouldn't be constantly going through piles of paper on your desk, passing it back and forth within your office.
Putting it in another pile. I'll deal with it later.
Another file.
Right.
just deal with the paper as it comes in and really try to limit the paper that you produce.
I agree. And I do that with my own personal life.
Yeah.
I go to the mailbox. I deal with the mail right then and there. I get rid of it. I just, every day, 2 minutes, and it saves you a time at the end of the month.
It can create a bit of anxiety if
Yes.
you have all of
Absolutely.
that mail and if it's not,
Right.
in order and where it needs to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Text messages and emails.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that is really becoming a time issue for most people. Business owners, employees, just people that are at home. We are so in tune to dropping everything we're doing and checking our email and checking our email and checking our text. And, first of all, don't turn off your notification. Every time that computer dings, it causes you to stop what you're doing, stop your thought process, and look at the computer. Turn off the ding on your cell phone every time you get a text, and you should actually schedule in your day time to check your emails and check your text. You should not be so connected to these devices that is pulling you away from the things that you need to do to be successful and be effective.
What about meetings, Jennifer Williams from St. Louis Closet Company?
Well, don't ask me about meetings. I have never been a fan of meetings, so I think my employees like that. I just say no to meetings. Everybody wants to meet about everything. Salespeople want to meet. If you're on philanthropic boards, they want to meet. Schools want to meet. There's meetings everywhere. And I feel like meetings are designed for people who like to hear themselves talk.
Mm-hmm.
I really do. They're not for people who want to get things done.
Not only that, but if you're in a meeting, you feel like you have to say something in the meeting to show that you're engaged. So everyone's got to say something, even though no one's saying anything.
Well, and there's some people, you've all been in a meeting when the one person decides that they're going to talk. And, you just want to go home. So I feel that if you're a small business owner and you feel the need to have meetings, maybe to get all your employees together, talk about goals, whatever it is, make them short, respect their time, and stay on track. If you have people that want to comment or give them their thoughts, well, then have them email you after the meeting. But don't waste everybody in the meeting's time. So if you're going to have meetings, get through them quickly. If you're a meeting attendee, keep your mouth shut and get
your
out
head
of
down.
there. And really, with the invention of email and texting and instant messaging, do we really need to be sitting in meetings?
I knew somebody who had meetings and they didn't have any chairs. So if you
That's nice.
right, so you have a meeting, no chairs. That means everyone's short and sweet. They're not going to stick around and labor through whatever message they're going to.
I don't have guest chairs in my office. I don't want anybody staying in my office long enough to sit down.
She is organized. She's
actually,
like, boom, boom.
I've been to your office. You're right. You're like, hey, good to see you. Now beat it.
The minute you have a guest chair, people think they need to sit down. And then there's all of the small talk, this
Right.
and that. And meetings just really take up a lot of time.
What about phone calls and messages?
Well, I always feel like if you have to make phone calls, you have to leave messages, you have to send emails to get work done. I think that the best time of day to do that is in the morning. Get all those outbound calls and messages done in the morning so that people have time in the same day to respond to you. I think that's really important. But the most important thing, how many times have you gotten a message from someone, hey, this is McGraw, I need to talk to you about some stuff, so give me a call.
You've never gotten that from me.
But
they're not specific.
They're not specific.
Right.
And if you're dealing with really anything, even family Christmas plans, if the family members would just leave the details, it would be so much easier. But when it comes to small business, there is no reason why you can't say, hi, this is Jennifer with St. Louis Closet Company. I'm calling about invoice number 43. We think that, it's supposed to be $300. You billed us $500. Please research, get back to us. Give the people the information so that you're not playing phone tag back and
Right.
forth and back and forth.
Use the technology. Don't have the technology use you.
Absolutely. And with the invention of email, everybody, you can get all the information you need. And there's just nothing worse than a message that has no information.
It's so true. You can literally drown in the amount of communication you're having and get nothing done.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And
Yeah.
why leave a message for someone if you're not telling them what it's about?
Right.
Well, I get hundreds a day.
Yeah.
A lot of them from employees and family members. I'm like, hey, you guys, come on.
Yeah.
And so my husband Matt and I, we both, if you call our voicemails, say, hi, sorry I missed your call. Please leave a detailed message with all the information so that when we get back to you, we'll be able to answer your question.
I do love the person who leaves the phone message. Hi, this is Sue, and I listened to the show, and I think you said it on Tuesday or Wednesday. I can't remember what it was, but it goes on, and then, so call me, 455, and you're like, wait a minute, what was the number? You give me a 25-minute message, and you say the number so fast, I can't remember it.
Right.
Yeah.
Repeat,
or write it down.
Repeat the
your
number.
name and your phone number
Yeah.
at least twice.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How is St. Louis Closet Company going?
Well, St. Louis Closet Company is doing great. As you know, we're revamping our entire showroom. We're repainting. We're rebuilding displays. We've been in the building now for going on 7 years.
Mm-hmm.
And we have a lot of action in that building, so we needed to refresh everything. So it's looking great. The Toys for Tots collection drive is winding down tomorrow.
All right.
The amount of toys people have brought in has just really warmed my heart.
It's unbelievable.
It's amazing.
Yeah. Great.
That people have brought toys in. And as you know, the McGraw Murphy bed special expires here in about a week.
Another few more days
A few
left.
more days.
Better
the end
hurry,
of the year,
people.
20% off. But it's working. It is working. People are buying Murphy beds like crazy. I know that because I have to order mattresses.
Right.
Because each Murphy bed comes with a mattress. And I've been ordering mattresses about twice a week.
Wow.
Well, there you go. All right. There's the deal. All right. St. Louis Closet Company, and then TKO DJ is right there as well.
TKO DJs. That's
How are they as a new
Well, they're doing
customer
great.
there?
As a new, they're a new tenant
A
in
new
my
tenant,
building.
yeah,
They're
yeah,
our next door neighbors.
Yes.
They just moved in. They're doing great. And this time of year is super busy for them with all the holiday parties. I know you went to a holiday party last night. I don't know if you had a DJ.
We did not
but
have a DJ. No.
A lot of people have DJs.
Yeah.
And then this, as you may or may know, is the #1 season for engagements.
Uh-huh.
So starting January 1st, they get really, really busy. People start, scheduling their weddings and booking their DJs.
Uh-huh.
Right,
Yes.
that's
Good.
right.
And tell the person who runs that place when you see him that I want a list of top 10 Christmas songs that's requested, top 10 wedding songs that's requested, top 10 songs that parents dance with their kids on.
How about the top 10 songs they're not allowed to play?
Top 10 songs
yeah.
you're not allowed to play. Yeah, there's another good one. Top 10 songs usually fights break out with family members, stuff along those lines. Jennifer Williams, Merry Christmas to you and your family.
Merry Christmas to you also.
One of our favorites, and thanks for being a sponsor of the show, and thanks for your friendship.
Thank you.
You got it.
Thank you.
Jennifer Williams, St. Louis Closet Company, stlouisclosetco.com, right there on Brentwood Boulevard, just north of Manchester, 2626 Big Bend, and 20% off Murphy beds through the end of the year. What a deal. We'll come back, wrap things up. 8:52, Big 550.